Virgo, welcome to a life path reading for September 2020. It's Raina here. I do these occasionally just to give a different spin. I was planning on doing a regular September tarot reading, but I decided just to do this would suffice. And it's me being a little bit more philosophical. I'm actually using a different spread as well. And yeah, so I will explain the cards after I lay them out. Okay, so I didn't have to do it this far. I'm using my phone to record, so I'm so used to having everything in a very small frame. Let's see, and this is much more centered. Okay, so these are I'm just going to take all of that, so they're all here. Past position that is kind of informing this current situation, the King of Swords. I'm beginning to think more and more when I get this card that this person has to almost completely erase all of their emotions because something that they have to make a decision about. They can't allow one drop of sentimentality to seep in. So it may be a very tough decision. Sometimes this is a legal decision. And we do have here the Eight of Cups. So this could be leaving behind something that is not emotionally fulfilling anymore, spiritually fulfilling. And I would tend to think of relationships more than the job, but definitely a job. Many people look to jobs to fulfill them emotionally, and that's something that is important to them. So that's nothing to sneeze at. That could certainly be what is going on for you. And if that's the case, you feel the sense of wanting to do something that has more of a spiritual angle to it. I don't know. And then the Seven of Wands, maybe kind of growing a backbone and not allowing somebody to walk all over you. So yeah, I do think, the King of Swords too could be the other person. If you're like in a marriage, committed partnership with somebody who is very emotionally remote, and that finally was too much for you, Virgo, and you felt a sense of alienation in that relationship, that person wasn't affectionate enough, and it made you go. And to me, the Seven of Wands is really about fighting for yourself, fighting for your dignity, fighting for your independence. I've mentioned this before, but I think it bears repeating again. I have a deck that some of you are familiar with. It's a very popular deck at the moment called the Wild Unknown, and it has a lot of kind of gothic images. They're pen and ink drawings, and they're not faithful to the Rider-Waite deck at all. But they have their own imagery. And for the Seven of Wands, they use a candle flame type of because Wands relates to fire. So it's going to relate to the fire signs, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. So that could be somebody that you've been dealing with in the past as well. I should have said that. But what I took from that card and what I really think the Seven of Wands, because this is a defensive posture. If you see the person's, the way that they are standing, it's like they are trying to fend off an attack. And what it's really about is standing your ground. So, if you're with somebody who is always criticizing and you have to leave, with that Eight of Cups, you just have to leave because little by little it has made it so that you've lost feelings of affection for this person, and finally you're at the point where you just can't anymore. But with that other depiction, the Seven of Wands as a candle flame, I also look at it as the eternal flame that burns inside of each of us in terms of some desire that we have, and not like a carnal type of desire, but like the desire to create something, the desire of the artist, the desire of somebody to birth something. We are creative beings, but this is going to differ from one person to the next. You may have always had this desire to own your own cafe, or to own property that you could rent. I mean, I'm thinking of something Virgo-esque that's more, practical, if you will. But whatever it is, but I mean, Virgo, you could be writing, could be a writer. I think William Faulkner was a Virgo, at least on the cusp with Virgo. No, I think he was a Virgo. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, and so that's ultimately how I see that card, is that even if it is talking about fending off an attack, it's because you don't want somebody to extinguish your flame. You don't want somebody to try and crush your dreams. And if you stay with that person, it could very well happen because of their when I see kings and queens, I sometimes think of narcissists. Even if they're in the upright position, they may not be like malignant in the ultimate sense, but they are trying to be, very powerful in a certain setting, whether it's being the top dog in a relationship, or if this is a boss. The King of Swords could be a boss, or whether it's a parent who has always tried to dictate what you do with your life. And you have to do your own thing. And very interesting. So now we have the current cards and what they represent. Queen of Wands, this sense of, this is the career woman. This is the combination of water and fire. The subjective and the objective. The sensitivity, and yet the sense of needing independence and being assertive in your life. So this might be you coming into your own, Virgo. I look at that sunflower and I think of whenever I am like using an imagery to describe like blossoming into something, I always use like a sunflower to describe that sense of like your creativity, your sense of joy in life. And I feel like that is happening. Wow, these are all good cards for you now. So do you feel this, Gemini? Do you feel this, Virgo? Actually, right now, you're experiencing your solar return period. And happy birthday to Virgos in September and in August. I'm recording this on the last day of August. No, the second to last day, I should say. The Ace of Cups. This is a card of new beginnings, that maybe new love in your life. So maybe that's why you're walking away. You have new love. Because the walking away is in the past. And this is where you're at right now. Maybe you're doing your creative project. See, the Seven of Wands might be fighting for your right to be an artist, to be somebody who's creative. And the reason that I often emphasize this in readings is because I feel like people who have a strong desire to be artists, creators, and I'm talking about for a living, they're the ones that tend to be dismissed, challenged, so that could be that Seven of Wands, somebody challenging your dreams, saying you can't do it, marginalized, mocked, and so and same with the spiritual side of life. So the Ace of Cups can be that, like a spiritual career. These are things that the average person may not get. They may not value, and you have to do it anyway. I see the artist's path the same way I see the mystic's path, and it is not in the mainstream. So you're going to have to risk all of that if this is something that you feel called to do. And then the Three of Wands, which is the card of looking to greater things, looking to a greater sense of a sense of expansion in your life. This could be a card of travel, entrepreneurship. So that means working for yourself and maybe creating a product that you can sell and sell it far and wide. Outcome cards, we have the Page of Cups. I've been getting this card a lot, and I think that this is a card of Pisces. And this is a card to me of approaching life from a totally open emotional perspective. So the person is not cynical. They're like a child, and they are embracing things in life. They're not thinking about how they were done wrong. They're trusting. They're trusting others. They're trusting in the universe. And we have the Tower card. Something gets, I always say, shaken up, shooken up, shaken up in your life to make space for new things. Now, because you're a mutable sign, these eclipses in Sag and Gemini will be affecting you. Gemini is your 10th house of career, so there will be a lunar eclipse there in November. And the 4th house of home and family for you is Sag. So there will be a solar eclipse in December. There might be a new beginning. Maybe you're going to move, that 8 of Cups, maybe paving the way for a move, new house, or what have you. And the 9 of Pentacles. I think of this as Virgo's card. I don't know if that's true, because the Hermit is number 9 and you are Pentacles. I don't know. That's a stretch, possibly. But definitely this is Earth energy. The 9 of Pentacles is financial independence. And so there could be a big breakthrough here. Maybe that's what the Tower card is, like an aha moment, an internal, or in your career where things really just go gangbusters. So look to that late November period for potential, or even before that. Sometimes the eclipses might affect you before the official date, or a month thereafter. So that is very interesting, Virgo. That's where you are. That's how I see it. So I hope that you enjoyed this. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.